Well, it's 7:30 in the morning. It sure was hard getting out of bed, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know what you mean.
'Cause everything's hurting me in the morning.
So great.
Hey, at least we didn't wake up dead. That's right, we didn't wake up dead.
Whew.
Yeah, I got through that one. What a weekend. It was rainy, and I don't know about you, but I know about you and I know about me, and we sat around a lot. And so this is a perfect time to get moving.
Trying, yep.
And start another week with vigor and determination. And today you're going to share with us what? The last two pieces of the standing set of brocade.
Yes.
Now there's a sitting set. I guess we're not going to do that, or?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. Let's get through this one and then figure out what we're doing.
Maybe we'll ask them what they want.
Sure.
Hello, them. Good morning.
What do you want?
If
really?
you're signing...
Hello again. So yeah, it's Monday morning. It's still gray. It's going to be gray for some time, apparently. We will be doing the last two of the 8 pieces of brocade that we started last week. Before I jump into those, I'm just going to loosen up first. Monday mornings tend to be a little creakier, I think, than other mornings. So, you know, as we're talking, we'll just get a comfortable stance and start twisting from the pelvis. Let your arms dangle. Shoulders are relaxed. Just let your arms be loose. And you can ease into this gently as your waist relaxes, the back muscles start to open up and relax.
Hear that noise in the background? It's the cat scratching on the post. So I guess she's following. She's getting her shoulders loosened.
Take some nice breaths in and out as you do this. You can let your back hand just gently slap over the back, over the kidney area. And then the front hand comes up over under the shoulder, just under the collarbone. It's a nice way to get the spine loosened up, back muscles loosened up. They tend to be a little stiff when we first get out of bed. Widen the stance. We'll take one more nice breath in and out. And then let your pelvis come to a gentle stop, and then the upper body follows. We just give the back a little bit of a rub. I'm using my finger pads here. And then back to the hands. Uh-oh, earthquake. Hi, Susan. And then a little pat on the sacrum. And then down the backs of the legs and up the inside. And a little bit of circles behind the backs of the knees. And around the kneecaps. Shake out the arms a little bit. Okay. Let's just relax in our Wuchi position for a moment. Now that we're a little more awake, I hope. Weight over the feet, over the bubbling well, over the ankles more. Wiggle your toes a little so you know your weight is more back over the backs of your feet. Let your toes spread out. Relax your shoulders. Relax your breathing. Let your rib cage drop. Belly expand with the breath. Okay. So we're just going to review the last two that we did on Friday, and then we'll do the next and final two. Just as a refresher, and also just to get the back moving a little bit more still. So with this first one, we do a wide horse stance. So the feet are out wider than the hips. Bend at the knees, kind of sink down into your butt like a little mini squat. So we're not bending way over. We're hinging a little at the hip. Hands go on the thighs, fingertips inward, and we take a breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to shift the weight over to one foot. Twist at the waist and look over the shoulder. And then inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. And then into center. Let's do one more on each side. In and out. Into center. Inhale. And then exhale. And then the next one, bring the hands together, fingers interlocked. Inhale, exhale, extend up, stretch through the arms, fold over at the hips, come down. Relax a little here. You can put your fingers under your toes or behind your calves. Just open up the backs of the legs. And then inhale. Come up. And then exhale. And do one more. In. Out. Inhale. Exhale. And in. And out. And just take a moment here again to let the chi settle. Okay, the next one is called Screw Fist with Fiery Eyes, and this one I think is a good Monday morning one. It's about getting your vitality up, rising into your core, and then moving it outward. It's also a good way to, after you've been doing all of these exercises, a way to, as they say, clear out excess heat and chi from the lungs and disperse with it. So it's a wide horse stance move. Knees are slightly bent. Again, pelvis is neutral. You're kind of sinking down into your feet, but the back is relaxed. We're going to come in with the inhale. So I'm keeping my arms by my sides. Basically, they're kind of touching just as a marker. They don't have to be glued to your sides, but just bring them in, keep them low. Inhale. Keeping one hand here, the other arm is pushing out from the side with the exhale. And then inhale, relax, and then out, exhale. So the movement here is you're bringing your breath in, thinking of bringing it into your core, and then exhaling it out through the arm. So the arm doesn't come out extended, and we don't push with it. We keep the upper body straight. It's just the arm is pushing out like you're actually pushing up against a force. And then you're releasing it. Inhale. Exhale. And then for added intention, as you are inhaling and exhaling, fix your gaze on something across the room, like you're directing this force toward that. That's the fiery eyes part. Let's do one more to each side. And then inhale back to center, relax, and then exhale. All right, we come back to feet pelvis width apart. This is the final move. And the idea here is to smooth out the chi, but it's also said to cure 1,000 illnesses. And I think what I realized was part of that was because we're moving lymph when we're doing this, because we're going up and down on the feet. So it's a simple movement. It's good for balance. And again, moving lymph. So when I used to do this, I used to come up very slowly with the inhale and then lower down very slowly, which is one way you can do that. Another way is you can come up with the inhale, and then when you come down, just give a little jolt. And this is what helps move the lymph as well as supports bone health. It's good for increasing bone density. But you want the movement to be controlled. Inhale and exhale. In. Down. When we first did this together, and I showed Bill this, he'll tell you, he's shaking his head now, like his calves hurt for a while. Damn you. Ah, very good. All right, let's do one more. Now we're going to continue doing this movement, but you're going to bring your hands to your lower back. Inhale and exhale. If your legs are tight, you'll be feeling this. Let's do one more in this position. Now we'll do the next set with the hands out front. Inhale. This music is uplifting. It becomes interesting when we do this in a group of finding out what helps people to maintain their balance, fixing their gaze on something, or certainly not closing the eyes on this one. And some days it's easier than others for whatever reason. One more. And inhale and exhale. You can stretch out the legs a little bit here if you want. So we do some ankle circles or go back to massaging the backs of the legs. But that was the last two of the 8 pieces of brocade. And I think on Wednesday we'll go through the whole cycle again all at once of a piece so you can practice them all together. And do you have anything?
No, only that I know that in time coming, we're going to spend more talking about fascia, the fascial system, which is probably the most important organ in the body and the one least talked about. And the role that not just Qigong, but restorative movement, all the exercises, the role that they play in the fascial system. And you'll be amazed at what this system does in your body, but at the very least, it's very much your electronics. It's your body's electronics, and it's our energy system. And a lot of us, we get a good night's sleep, but we wake up, we don't feel rested. We haven't charged our batteries. And we're going to be talking about that in the future, but the role that Qigong plays in it. And we have our thought for the day. We'll send you off with something from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. Wadsworth. Who calls a kid Wadsworth? Anyway, from Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, if we could read the secret history of our enemies, we would find in each man's life a sorrow and a suffering enough to disarm all hostility. Have a great week, guys. We'll see you back here Wednesday, 7:30 a.m. Be there, be square.